Hi peeps, so I'm doing it looks a bit darker in here, well probably because it is a bit dark because the light's not very good outside today, and anyway it's a nice ambience of what I'm going to do, but I was just looking at something then on YouTube, and I was just sat here thinking, I just setting this out, which I'm going to show you in a minute, I just feel a bit emotional, and I think it's because I haven't done a lot of these videos for ages, but like I said, whatever I do, this is always here, but I feel a bit like, ooh, I miss doing these videos because I do feel at home doing these videos, and I feel a sense of, obviously because I'm on my eldest son's upstairs, but Finn's gone to his nana, so it's relaxing, obviously it looks relaxing, inviting with my little candles on, and my setup, well it's not my setup, but the things that I've got to show you for what I'm about to do. And like I said, you don't have to be from this belief or anything, but I'll tell you some different ideas that maybe you could do. But just sat here now, I just feel a bit like, oh, it's just peaceful and a nice feeling inside and relaxing, and the things we're going to do and think about, I just feel, I don't know, it's just nice and I miss it, so I need to do more of it. But anyway, first of all, I have done this out in the garden. One year I did it in the garden in the cold when I was pregnant. I think one year, was it last year? Not last year. I did it, I'm sure I did it in the conservatory. Was that, well, inside anyway. I've done it once outside. I'm doing it in again today, so this year. So first of all, I didn't do this last time, but this is what I'm going to do this time, because the year I did it outside, I'd already written a diary sort of thing, and with just, I wouldn't say bad stuff, but a diary, not as in a I want to start doing a day-to-day diary. I'm going to talk about that at the end, because this is basically showing you what I do. It's not what I'm doing. I'm about to do this after I've shown you what I do, because I'm not going to, it's private to me, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, and then after I've gone off here, I'm actually going to do it. But I had a diary that I'd written things that were getting on my nerves in that year, and people that were getting on my nerves, things that were getting me down, and things that I wanted to say to a certain person, but I couldn't. But I thought, well, if I write it out in a diary sort of form, for no one else to see, just me, it gets that tension out and that, rage out of me, and then I feel better because it's not bottled up inside, it's out, so it's on paper. So that's a good idea to do if you're not one of them people who want to rage. Like I was saying this morning, I've had a few rants, and some other people have had a few rants on YouTube, but it's good to have a rant sometimes to get that energy out, because it's going to explode somewhere else. Or maybe if you don't get it out and tell someone how you feel, it's going to come out in a sense of, you might have a go at someone, and it could be like your partner or something, and have a bit of a meh, and it's not really them that you want to explode on, it's just all these, because you haven't let it out, if you know what I mean, blah blah, it's not about that now. So, but then this book at the end of the year, so it's not a diary that you'd write normal things down if you're a bit of a diary journal keeper. It's like a separate one only for, like, say the darker side, as in just the rage that you want to say, but you don't want to say it to people, so you're going to put it in a book because you're going to burn it at the end of the year anyway, so you don't want to keep it. Whereas if you write things where maybe you write all the nice things that happen, and then when you want to rant in it, you rant in that book together, you might not want to burn that book at the end, because you might be wanting to keep your journals as, that you can keep and look back on, and reassess maybe why you were feeling that way, this, that and the other, with other stuff. And that's what I want to do going into New Year. I want to start journaling I was journaling like gratitude journaling, but I want to sort of do a bit more journaling every day of just thoughts and feelings and that. And I don't want to put all the negative stuff in that book, because I won't want to burn that book. So I may put things of maybe what's happened that's upset me, but not the in-depth of how I'm really feeling and what I really want to say, if you get what I mean. So I'll put that in another darker journal, if you know what I mean, and that'll get burnt at the end of the year, so you won't be bothered about that, because you don't want negativity in your normal book. You can still write about the stuff that's happened, but not the nitty-gritty, like rage on it, if you know what I mean. So because I haven't done that this year, I haven't kept a journal of that as such. I thought, right, well, I'm a bit arty, I've got papers and stuff, so I think I'll pick And just because it's a, let me see, I think I'll have a green one. The green one on this side anyway. And I'm going to do it in an envelope. It's if I'm writing a letter to the universe sort of thing. You can just do it on a piece of paper. But some people have done it on leaves and stuff, wrote certain words. But I'm writing, what I'm going to do when I go off camera is I'm going to write in this card how someone's made me feel this year, blah, 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 blah. And it is quite negative stuff, but I want it out of my life. You know, I want it gone. It's New Year's Eve day. It's not New Year's Day. I can't say New Year's Eve today. So when this gets burned, I just want it to go and forget about that and start off in the new year with new thoughts and, you know, more positive light. Not that I've forgotten about it. Stronger person in 2018, but I just need to get that out of my system and let it go. So I'll write it on here. And then I shall burn it. I'll either rip it up in pieces because I'm not going to stick the whole thing in. I also thought it was a nice idea, and I'm going to use these little star stamps just because I thought it was cute, just to decorate. Don't know why, because I'm burning it, but I just feel like it. So if I feel like it, I'll go with it. Also, anyone remembers some videos way back? I started in summer. I started collecting some flowers and just pressing them in books. And that was this cupcake book. You don't have to buy flower pressing things if you're on a budget like me. Just to see what they'd come out like, and I forgot about them, and they're so cute. Because let me see if I can find a page before. Let me see. This one. So I just pressed them in between some paper, and I really enjoyed it actually. So I'm going to do some more because you can use them in different crafty projects or spells, wishes, whatever you want to call them. But look at these little flowers. These are cute. Let me just bring them down here. I'll just show you if you can see. But I did these. I think these were like, what are they called? Oh, it's gone off. Pansies. These were just wild flowers, these. Purple, but the colours stayed, so they look like a bluish colour. But they are really cute. And these little tiny little, don't know if you can see, don't know if you can pick any of this up. But I thought, oh, I'm going to use some of them in to put inside the envelope, just to pretty it up. I know it's getting burnt, but I just think, well, it's going back to earth anyway. This belief and that is nature based anyway. And also what I tend to do is when the ashes collect in the cauldron, I so let me take some flowers out. I'm not taking them all out. I tend to collect the ashes in whatever, maybe a little glass jar sometimes I collect them. Then I go in the garden, dig a hole and pour the ashes into the hole, so it's going back into the earth anyway. People might say, oh, it's had negative vibes on it because it adds something that, you know, the negative, but I don't. I just see it all dissolves then and goes off and disperses in the ground that way. You don't have to be of this belief. You can just write down on paper. You can go and sit in your garden around a fire pit with marshmallows, and you could all take turns to say, make a wish for the new year. You know, it could be a goal or something. Make a wish for the new year, put it into the fire. You know, you can tell your kids that because it's quite cute, you know, when it comes true. Fire magic's quite quick because it's burnt off quickly. Or if you haven't got a fire pit, you could have a chimney. You know, a lot of people have chimney things in the gardens now. Or if you're inside because it's too cold, you don't want to sit outside, all you have to do is get a candle, maybe do it in the sink or something. Obviously you're not going to burn anything, and just write a little note down. Obviously if you're not doing it from a journal, because it took a long time last time, I had to rip pages out, but it was nice. I just use a candle and burn the paper down, and then you can go in, put it in your garden. I don't tend to throw it in the bin because, I don't know, I just put it back into the earth, back to nature. And because once I see it's burnt down, it's all gone off into the universe, the negativity's disappeared, the ashes can go back into the ground, and then that's why I'm going to put some of these flowers in with it, so they'll go in anyway, so I'm giving something back there in a sense, if you know what I mean. But yeah, if you don't even believe in these beliefs, you can just do that with a fire pit or a candle or whatever, and just do your own little like prayer if you're from that persuasion of, you know, you're into God and stuff or whatever it is, and you want to do a prayer, but you could write your prayer down on a paper and just burn it off in a candle. And even if you are from the witchy persuasion and you don't have a cauldron, you don't have to have a cauldron. Like I said, you can use a fire pit, a chimney, or just a candle. And maybe you could have a different colour candle of year. I don't know. It's just up to you. So I'm going to write on the paper. I'm going to put the flowers in, and then I want you to see. Let's see if I can get you. So I'll try and get you at an angle. Put you on this book, so you won't see me now. So this is my cauldron. It's a cute size because you can get tiny ones, and this is I'd call it a medium sized one. And so this year I'm going to put an incense stick of the many incenses I've got in here in my little, I've lost my incense holder, so I just made a hole in here and I'll put it in this little candle, so I'll have that on. Then, just to show you, I'll sort of pretend because I'm doing this after. So I will sit and write out what I want to write out, and I'll think about it, you know, not rushing it. So I put a tea light in there, let me show you, in there, and then I'll write it out, and then I'll rip it up in pieces, because obviously the whole thing won't fit in there and it'll just go up sort of thing. And sometimes it can really smoke, you know, so I don't know if I'll have to sit. That's what I did last time. I think I had to go and sit at the back door because the smoke came out, so I'll have to do little bits because I'll probably set the fire alarm off. So yeah, I might have to go and sit on the floor. I think I'll go and sit on the floor in the conservatory, even though it's cold. I'll put a blanket on there and I'll sit in there because I can open the door in there, and the fire alarm, it won't set the fire alarm off in there. It will in this room because it goes out into the hallway. So that's probably the only one thing you've got to be careful of inside. I can put the lid on and it'll stop the smoke, but yeah, I might have to actually go, I forgot, and sit in there. So I will do that when I do it properly. So I do that, rip the pieces off, and then as you just sat here waiting for the pieces to burn down to ash, and obviously if you've got a book, it's going to take a longer time, but the other year when I did that, it was just so relaxing to sit in the garden. I had a hot chocolate because I was pregnant. I wrapped myself up in the garden in a blanket, had a hot chocolate, and what you do is, as the flames are burning down the paper, the notebook, whatever you've put in there, and obviously if you've got a fire pit, it's going to be quicker, probably a bit easier. You just think about those negative thoughts and negative feelings, people that may have hurt you in the year that you're in, blah, 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 whatever, and then you visualise it it is getting burnt down, so watch the flames burn it down. Visualise it all coming out of your body, you know, dispersing, going off, and that you're going to go into the new year with a clear mind, new positivity, because we do all get a bit like, near the end of the year with maybe a lot of things that have gone on and you think you've had a shitty year and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, we're coming up to the 2018 now, guys, so back into the thing of getting positive and stuff. So just see it all going. Once it's burnt down, you don't have to collect it then because obviously it's going to be hot. You could just leave it, and maybe the next day at some point when it's cooled down, the ashes, if you want to do that, you don't have to. Collect them and go and dig a hole in the earth and go and put them in the earth and cover it over, and that is it all gone. Don't think about it again. Get yourself on your positive thoughts and the new things that you want to do in the new year, and do it that way. If you haven't got candles or a cauldron or a fire pit or whatever, you're not really in that persuasion, but you sort of like the idea of it, you could do a sort of like a bath ritual spell sort of thing, or prayer or whatever, where you could, because this is what I like, you can do it modern, guys. You don't have to be all like, whoa. You could choose, obviously you could do this for anything when you're feeling shitty. You could do this for anything, but if you were doing it for New Year, you could treat yourself to a lovely bath bomb of whatever you want. Get yourself some lovely candles, so it's like a ritual. You know, you don't have to be from any religion or belief to have a little ritual. Put your candles on in the bathroom, get all your bath sorted out, put your bath bomb in, essential oils, I don't know, whatever it is, rose petals, whatever. Get in the bath, and as you're washing yourself, because it's nice relaxing, so you know, you want your kids in bed and all that, as you're washing yourself, think about the things, like I said, that have hurt you in the year, or things that have got your nerves, things you want to say. If it's a negative way, if it's not a negative way, and it's more of, because I do it more of a negative way sometimes to burn it off for the new year. But if you want to do it more as a good thing, like a wish, just think of the things as you're washing yourself that you want to bring into your life and stuff like that. And then when the water goes, see it as it's done, it's going out to the universe. But if it's the other way around, which I normally use it for on New Year's Eve, is see it as you're washing yourself, visualise, you know, think about, you've got to put some energy and effort into it. Think about the things that, you know, someone's hurt you, or maybe you've said something to someone that you weren't happy with what you said and you feel a bit negative about it because maybe you were being a bit horrible, I don't know. We tried to be good, but maybe it came out wrong, or, you know, all that sort of stuff that you don't like, negativity. And think about as you wash yourself, and then imagine, like, as you're standing up and you're getting out of the bath and the water's dripping down you, think of all the negativity running off your body, running into the water near your feet. You take the plug out. You can do this in the shower as well. And as that water swirls away, that is the end of it. It's all been washed away. The negativity and everything has been washed away. We're going into a new year. See it like that, and you've had a lovely calming bath, and you can get out all relaxed and go and watch something good on telly. That's how I see it. You don't have to do it. If you're new to it as well, like the witchy world sort of thing, or whatever it is, you don't have to do it the way people say do it in books. You don't have to do it the way I'm saying it. I'm not telling to do it. It's just what I do. But you do whatever feels right to you. If you get some book and it says, oh, you must do this on this day and you must use this, that and the other, and you're thinking, well, I don't like that. And I'm like, oh, no. You don't have to do it. It has to feel right to you. If it doesn't feel right to you, you're not going to like it. You're not going to enjoy it. In the end, you're not going to stick to it. You're not going to do it. So that's what I think. So what I am going to do is I'm going to have a little cup of tea out of this little teacup, because I thought I might as well have like a little ritual teacup that just stays on the side for, you know, like a magical teacup that just I have for different things, because this is one out of a set that's on its own, because there's supposed to be 6 and I've only got 5, so I've got 4 in the nail room and I might as well use this for myself because it is cute. So as I'm watching the flames burn, I can have a drink, I can think about things that have gone on in this year. Some things good, but I'm doing it more as a negative thing and banishing them away. And then that's just basically what I'm going to do now. And then I'm going to chill out for a bit until I get picked up to go off and do my New Year's Eve foodie party thing. So I think that's all I wanted to say. I've had a few new subscribers again, so hi. Hi from, you know, whatever walks of life, whatever religion, spiritual based thing, whatever. Like I said, you can still come and join in. You don't have to comment. You don't have to watch some of the videos, but I do different videos. So Happy New Year, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow in the New Year 2018. Bye.